Howard folk, my name is Goblin, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to turn Skyrim literally into Middle-earth with mods. So, just before we begin, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss my next video where we'll be turning Skyrim into Harry Potter, and I think I'm going to continue this series and do a lot of other crazy things by turning Skyrim into, well, not Skyrim with this series. So in this video I'm going to we're going to split it into 4 sections. First we'll talk about the big conversion mods, then we'll talk about location mods, then armor and weapon mods, and then finally we'll finish off with race and follower mods. Oh, and the cherry on the top will be a great music mod. So, the first mod I have for you is going to be a big conversion mod called the Lord of the Rings version 2. You'll find it on Steam Workshop and you'll have to download every single part of the mod. It's kind of a big mod, but you'll get through it. This will change all the major locations in Skyrim to basically Lord of the Rings locations. For instance, Markarth is going to change into Minas Tirith and Whiterun will change into Edoras. It will also change the factions in the game, so the Imperials become Gondor, the Whiterun Guards become the Rohirrim, Stormcloaks turn into Orcs and Uruk-hai, and so on. Overall, this mod, just really makes you feel like you're actually playing a Lord of the Rings RPG game, so, it's pretty dope. Now let's run through some of the location mods. The first mod I have for you is going to be the Elder Scrolls V Middle-earth. This mod will add some of the most iconic Lord of the Rings locations to the game, like you've got Moria, Lothlorien, Mirkwood, Rohan, Helm's Deep and Rivendell. The locations are very well made, there's a lot of detail into them. They don't look rushed or sparse or anything like that. This mod also adds a few new items to the game, like mithril armor, mithril weapons. There's also a new player home and a little kind of treasure hunting mini quest that you can do. You also have the opportunity to simulate some of the major battles from the Lord of the Rings films. I think basically when you turn up, there's a big battle going on. You can actually get yourself into the iconic battles from the film. So pretty cool. Next we have a very well made player home mod which adds a hobbit hole to the game. This is a very detailed and cozy player home with a few secrets that I'll leave you to find out for yourself. Now let's talk about armor and weapon mods. The first great mod we have is ISILMERIELS, probably pronouncing that completely wrong. ISILMERIELS Lord of the Rings weapons. This is probably the most popular because the level of detail that has been put into this mod is just ridiculous. You can craft all of these weapons yourself. You have to go to the Moonforge, which is a forge added by the mod, which is just on the way up to High Hrothgar. Although to get Sauron's mace, which is a very overpowered weapon which blasts everyone out the way, is pretty cool, you will have to go into Blackreach and kill a boss in order to get it. Now let's run through some of the best armor mods in the game. First we have the NOLDOR content pack, which adds a large quantity of armor sets and weapons based on the armor from the second age of the Lord of the Rings. If you know your lore, you'll know about that. Basically, before Sauron was defeated in the little prologue moment in the first film, the armor you see in that prologue is basically what this mod adds. There are 2 tiers to the armor sets, so you've got your tier which is on par with elven armor, then you got your tier that's on par with glass armor, so they stay relevant into the late game, which is also very cool, and they can all be created with smithing. Secondly, I have 2 Gondor themed armor sets. The first one's called literally just Gondor armor, and the second one is Fountain Guard armor. They're very 2 great looking sets I definitely recommend getting. Now let's run through our final section, which is going to be race and follower mods. First we have the dwarf race mod. It's not specifically categorized as a Lord of the Rings mod, but it does the job. There are dwarves in Skyrim, so you could pass this as even a lore-friendly mod. Also, it adds some unique beard looks to the game, which look pretty dope. It adds a few dwemer, followers to the game. The dwarves themselves have a resistance to magic as a racial ability, so probably quite dope for a tank build. Next we have a Hobbit race mod. It also adds Hobbit followers to the game. They have a small boost to illusion magic, sneak skill, carry weight and stamina and health regeneration. There's also an area called the Hobbit hideout where the followers will chill. I think the Hobbits have a slight debuff to actual melee damage. I think they're work more as a sneaky kind of technically a burglar, if you know the books well, more of a burglar or magic kind of race. And for the cherry on the top, we're going to have the mod which is called SQUIRRELQUEE'N'S Extended Original Soundtrack Lord of the Rings Only No Vanilla. It's a very simple mod which overwrites all the Skyrim music and replaces it with Lord of the Rings music. And that's all we have time for today, lads. Before you go, I'd appreciate it if you supported me on TAD. There's a link in the description. Basically, all you have to do is quickly watch some adverts, and I basically get paid for it. So it's a great way to keep your, the creators that you love able to put more time and effort into their videos and upload more regularly. I also stream on Twitch now, streaming a lot of Skyrim on Twitch. So there's a link in the description for that as well to go to my channel if you want to watch that. Anyway, my name is the Metagoblin. Until my next video, ciao.